Any specific reason?
I've heard none, not even speculation. She was my advisor, a member of the Council of Mages. For years I was forced to tolerate her excesses, schemes, court scandals.
Was she loyal?
Ha! Only to herself.
So you had to deal with her. That is kind of the relationship with monarchs and their mages. They're powerful and wise, so they must deal with them. Because they are quite useful to have, but they don't always agree with the monarchs and don't always respect the absolute rule of the monarchs, because they can kind of just go wherever they want. And the monarchs can't really stop them.
Sire, do you remember the curse itself? What exactly did Sabrina say?
All she said at the time has been fulfilled to some degree. A star adorned with a bloody braid will cut across the heavens. Square coins from maritime depths will beguile the hearts of fools.
Coins?
Deathmold found a few such coins among soldiers accused of treason.
So that explains the contract for the traders of the square coins. But that should be all for now. Oh.
Witcher, a word, if you will.
Okay, that wasn't necessary, but I was gonna go talk to him, like, well, I'll talk to you in a second. Celia's here.
Greetings, Geralt.
So, well, let's start at the bottom, work our way up.
A sorceress like you must know bundles about paranormal phenomena.
Any mage's knowledge has little to do with superstitions.
The Wild Hunt's no superstition.
Indeed, the phenomenon exists.
I want to know everything about it, including what you know.
You're out of luck. I've never concerned myself with it. I'm also not interested in whirlwinds or hailstorms.
So, she knows nothing.
Foltest's killer forced Triss to teleport him to Vergen. They're somewhere nearby.
That nosy little meddler Triss used my megascope to accomplish that. But I suppose I should be grateful. After all, I might have been the Kingslayer's victim. Even if Triss is in Vergen, I cannot locate her. This damn fog prevents any kind of magical probing.
So, gotta find her the old-fashioned way of searching for her. Deathmold, yeah, he doesn't like
It's
you.
pretty obvious you and Deathmold don't exactly get along.
Deathmold is an overgrown baby. A fine match for King Henselt. The problem is that he's as jealous as he is childish. He claims I wish to steal his position at the Kedwenny court. Nothing could be more absurd.
Yeah, you just want to meddle in it and not have to actually be tied down to the position itself. So,
I'd assumed that after killing the Kayran, the Pontar Valley would hold no further interest for you.
You know nothing about me, Witcher. I'm here because 2 northern monarchs were murdered. It's quite probable Henselt is next on the list. We don't need another country descending into chaos. King Henselt cannot die. I'll make sure of that.
that's right. 2 out of essentially the 4 major powers in the area that are left had been thrown into chaos. So, Deathmold. What do you want?
You have no idea how delighted I am to work in tandem with you.
True, I have no idea.
Better times approach, Geralt, you shall see. I trust you're not bothered if I refer to you by name.
Not at all.
Wonderful, I feel we shall become great friends.
What do you want?
That remains to be seen.
Shake my hand, Geralt, to mark the beginning of our friendship. Don't worry, I've no poison needle up my sleeve.
What? It's a mage wanting to shake my hand. Do I shake his hand or do I not? I'm assuming he'll put something on me that will most likely track me or put me on a leash of some kind if I do shake his hand. He's very, very insistent upon it. And I'm gonna have to refuse.
I'm not looking for new friends, Deathmold. Let's get to work.
I see. As you seem to be the hero, how might I help you, White Wolf?
Not all the specters are aggressive. Yeah, sure, we'll ask him.
Have
if
you
he
dealt
wants
with curses before?
I've cast a few in my time. One victim sprouted donkey's ears and a tail, another's house burned down. Nothing too serious.
Shame. Have you removed curses, lifted spells?
Never had the chance. But I mastered the theory involved. Best in my class at the Magic Academy.
They don't teach you about curses like this one at Banord.
Glevis's curse is a 4th level blood spell. It's also known as the Archmistress's curse. A misnomer, for they've been cast by generally crazed mages or priests, not necessarily women.
You've done your homework.
So, it's not a small spell. Definitely one of the higher levels of magic. Fueled by blood, which means it's most likely fueled by your very life essence. But then again, she was being burned, so why not?
Did you notice that not all the specters were aggressive?
Most would disappear when we neared them.
I think the curse's power corrupts the ghosts of those who died in the battle, turning them into Draugrs.
Draugrs, is that some professional name you witches have for specters?
They're demons, Deathmold. Draugrs are demons of war that arise on battlefields where the fighting was vicious and the slaughter particularly bloody. They are hatred and bloodlust in condensed form.
The name matters little. Do you know how to rid us of these Draugrs?
A silver sword's enough to send them to their rest. But as long as the curse remains active, new ones will appear. The soldiers' ghosts are the key. If we could reverse the tide of the battle.
Don't delay. Grab your sword and start reversing.
I'll need some symbols of war that belonged to the soldiers who perished here. Artifacts symbolizing hatred, death, courage, and faith. They have to be magically active and linked to those who died. Without them, I won't be able to summon the ghosts.
Well, I've no idea how to find them. Apart from which I know little about war symbolism.
I'll deal with the artifacts. I have another job for you.
How does the actual curse work?
Explain this blood curse to me.
An ordinary blood curse is a trivial thing. You let a little of your own blood. Best done at midnight, surrounded by lit candles.
Sabrina had a whole pyre around her. Tell me about Glevisig's curse.
Read about it for yourself. I have all the necessary literature. In fact, you only need the Great Encyclopedia of Curses, Spells, and Prophecies, and a volume compiled by Tesside de Vries and Margarita Loantil, Masters of Magic on Curses Selected Writings.
Yeah. So it's read a whole bunch of books, or get him to try and explain. I don't have time, dude.
I'm not going to waste my time reading. Tell me the important bits.
Oh, no need to be ashamed, Geralt. In these times, few get the opportunity to learn the arts of reading and writing. Illiteracies.
I can read, mage. Time's a wasting. Are you gonna start helping me?
The effects and phenomena generated by a 4th level blood curse require an immense amount of the power. The eclipse, the death of a dynasty, the battle of specters. No sorcerer, no living being can summon such levels of energy. It's quite simply impossible.
But some clever mages discovered how to make possible the impossible. Since then, the world has lived in fear of your curses. Genius. What did you discover?
A prophecy that initiates a blood curse is simply a spell that binds the power. It should be cast at a site possessing the appropriate accumulation characteristics. A battlefield is perfect. Blood-soaked ground, defined boundaries, a symbolic dimension. When the caster utters the words of the prophecy, the curse begins to accumulate the power. For the last 3 years, day after day, month after month, the initiating curse has been gathering the power, drawing it from the elements of fire, earth, air, and water. The energy thus accumulated could move the stars. Enter the activator, one of the prophesied events possessing its own symbolic dimension. It releases the accumulated energy for use by the curse proper. Ordinarily, the curse cannot utilize all the built-up power, which must be released in some way, so one gets side effects, like solar eclipses.
That was a very, very quick breakdown of how the magic system in the Witcher universe works. So mages collect energy from around them and channel it, and they collect it from the elements. Earth, fire, wind, and water. Fire being the most dangerous one to do so. It's very powerful, and it's consuming. But, yes, and he also made mention that this spell is essentially a spell designed to collect power and its own self. It feeds into itself and collects the power in an area and command it. It essentially turns the battlefield into a gigantic power battery that has a self-designated trigger. And so happens that Hensel triggered it today. Yeah, so bad luck to him, but yeah, that's an immense amount of power. But did she cast the curse, or what's with the coins?
We've got our comet and murder. What about the coins?
We have those as well. Not enough for you.
No. Why do I get the feeling I've stumbled on some shameful secret?
State secret.
If you don't tell me, your head of state may soon lose his head.
There's a plot afoot within the military. Those involved share a symbol, a square coin adorned with a fish. Let's do this. I shall in no way hinder your investigation, and you will reveal to me anything you learn. Should I happen upon anything related to the curse?
You'll let me know. So be it.
Yeah. That seems rather one-sided.
Are you sure
for him.
Sabrina cast the curse?
Positively. Curses of this kind are cast rarely. There have only been 6 confirmed cases.
How many confirmed cases of their being lifted?
1. By a team of mages led by Archmistress Francesca Finderbear, whence came the curse's other appellation. In any case, Sabrina Glevissig was part of that team.
Small world, and one that just got a little uglier.
That's not all. The curse that Francesca and Sabrina dealt with was meant to end the lives of the last of the Tyson dynasty, the rulers of Kovir. It was cast by Scarlet Rodalega, a very talented but completely mad man. A prophecy and an activator were also involved.
I see. Sabrina just stole her curse from this Rodalega.
Precisely. Beside which the king himself and a company of armed men witnessed her casting it.
That's always fun. So, yeah.
Why
he
is
alive?
Henselt still breathing? He killed the priest. Why didn't he burst like a ripe tomato under a dwarf's heel?
Perhaps Glevissig wishes Henselt to wait for imminent death.
I don't think so. I know a few sorceresses. They're mean, true, but they also want results. Sabrina cast the curse while roasting at the stake. Not the most comfortable circumstances. I suspect she botched something.
Are you suggesting Henselt may be safe?
I'm suggesting he could be saved, provided we cut him off from the heart of the curse, the Battle of Spectres. It's the weakest link.
How could we do that?
I don't know yet, but I suspect I could summon Sabrina's ghost and force her to free Henselt. First, I need to learn the circumstances of her death.
Ooh. So, blood curse usually requires blood.
If I'm not mistaken, you need blood to cast a blood curse.
Precisely, unachievable otherwise.
Sabrina was bound to a wagon wheel. Where did she get enough blood?
She put a spell on a soldier who gave her a coup de grace. It was easy. The minds of some soldiers are so uncomplicated. Sabrina needed one of them to strike her, shorten her suffering, but complete the curse. However, this is where she erred. That whore performed miracles, gathered the power, got the prophecy and activator right, but fell flat on her face on the simplest thing at the end.
Don't get so excited.
She chose a fool, a bungler. I heard he thrust 5 times with his spear, yet the witch's soul would not quit her corpse.
There was no one guarding the pyre?
It was one of the guards the sorceress chose for the task. His comrades were irate. He spoiled the show for them. The king was no longer anywhere near.
In any case, blood flowed and the curse took root.
Yes, but the harlot got her due.
So, yeah. So she basically put a mind spell on someone, and he kind of screwed up. But it did achieve the ends she desired, just not all of them.
You're gonna help me, Death Mold.
Of course, as the king ordered.
Listen up. You'll do the paperwork. I get the feeling you like it. I'll need a number of protective runes to summon Sabrina's ghost. They need to detain the sorceress's ghost and anything else that enters this world with it. Find something for me in your library. The runes need to be easy to produce. I haven't seen any artists around here. Apart from that, the Draugrs are likely to begin their forays in search of Henselt. When they leave the battlefield, they'll grow weaker. Your men should be able to handle them. Just equip them with silver-plated weapons. Henselt could also use something silver to defend himself. Over the entrance to his tent, hang a wreath of cinquefoil and fool's parsley. Inside, a fire fueled by juniper branches must burn at all times.
Where will I get so much silver?
Melt down your collection of pots for all I care. Just get it.
Those aren't pots, they're silver vases of Nazaya.
Last of all, give Henselt an instructional talk. Explain that I'll need him.
And what will you be doing? Drinking ale and fondling the camp women?
There's that, yes. Though I'll also prepare to summon Sabrina's ghost, and figure out what I need to send the fighting specters back to the afterlife. I'll drop by and give you more work as I learn about this curse.
How did you divine that you might recover your memory by lifting the curse?
How do you know that?
I don't like people poking around in my life.
Learning about others is my job. I must know the secrets of all who wish to approach the king. I've no problem admitting I like the work.
My past has nothing to do with Henselt.
You don't know that. Do you know why I have no friends, Witcher? Because sooner or later I learn all their secrets, which is followed by interrogations, torture, executions.
Just leave my past alone.
Yeah, that would be why I didn't want to shake your hand, dude. So, screw you too. So, just a few things to get accomplished. So we got just a laundry list of things to do. Yes, the Eternal Battle, I need to get... Oh, apparently I know what I need to get already. A banner, a sword, armor, Henselt's medallion. Search the sites of Sabrina's for execution, for the blood. Oh, interesting. Rotfiend contract, the Assassin of Kings, the overarching quest line. Oh, talk to the elf in prison in Caveman Camp. Courage symbolized. About a symbol of courage. So I know... I'll keep this tracked. Conspiracy theory. Oh. So we need to talk to the soldiers. And then we need to talk to the elf. We'll start there. Seems like an easy enough place to start. Yeah. I don't believe we'll be talking to anyone. Oh, no. Put that away.
Grown lads with their arses in
I don't
the air.
believe we'll be finding anyone of use in this section of camp. Now that looks like a way down. A very short drop. But, so we'll have to question the soldiers. Oh, you're a person I
Need
can
some
talk to.
help, Monster Slayer?
I want to talk, dog of war.
I've heard much about you, Witcher. Greetings.
Greetings, Captain.
Arm wrestling? No, I don't need to do arm wrestling. You're famous.
I heard you gained fame during the wars with Nilfgaard.
Our fees have doubled since the Battle of Brenna. As it turns out, it was worth risking our necks.
Let's do a female mercenary. Did I?
I knew one of your kind once. Woman by the name of Rayla.
Killed by an elf's treacherous arrow. She made a mistake. Let her emotions take control. This profession requires cold calculation.
I don't remember her. She might have been one of the companions in the book, but I don't remember that name specifically. You've been fighting... How did the
I
battle...
wouldn't mind learning some details about Brenna from someone who played first fiddle there.
Constable Natalis commanded the Nordlings. The Nilfgaardians mounted a vicious attack. And if not for us and the Dun Banner, the collected armies of the North probably would have shattered into bits. Luckily, we showed up at the right time, withstood the assault and came out victorious. We earned every last copper we were paid. 50,000 Nilfgaardians shattered their teeth trying to bite at us. Menno Cohorn, their commander-in-chief, chose death over humiliation. Like in every battle, it was a question of timing, taking advantage of the foe's missteps, and a bit of luck.
Interesting. So it sounds like that banner is going to be important.
Must be fatiguing fighting all the time.
I took a little time off recently, something along the lines of a honeymoon. But I like my craft, and I'm not afraid to admit it.
How about something else? What are your orders?
Is Henselt paying you to wait?
Curiosity itching you, Witcher. Not the best trait to have in wartime.
You don't have to tell me if you don't want to.
Deathmole's given us silver-plated weapons and protective amulets. On your advice, as I heard it. We're to observe the mist and, if need be, drive off the wraiths.
Huh, interesting.
Since you're already watching it, pay attention to the size of the cloud. You need to know if it's expanding.
Well,
How fast?
it's almost imperceptible, but it's constant. A foot, perhaps 2 a day. What does that mean?
Means I have to hurry.
Yeah, that's not good. So he's got mercs defending the front line. That's par for the course, isn't it?
How many mercenaries you got watching the fog?
I've got them spread out in small groups around campfires. And how many we number? Well, that's my concern alone.
That would be a standard mercenary response. I don't care how much he's paying you, and I don't really care if you were here or not 3 years ago.
Looking for the coin.
Actually, I do. You might.
Were you here 3 years ago during the
Have
last
that.
battle for Vergen?
Bradley's blue banner was. They were decimated by mages. The survivors enlisted with us. They weren't eager to talk about it, and we didn't press them.
No lack of work for your kind.
Mercenary might just be the surest profession these days. Sign of the times.
Oh, alright.
Where are these coins from if there wasn't a single one when they were pitching camp? I smell a rat.
That sounded like Hansel. Alright, whatever. Let's continue on.
Know it all.
I don't need to talk to anyone here. The lower kid camp. Well, there's the elf to talk to.
No talking to the prisoner.
Why?
What do you want?
I want to talk to him.
Can I talk to him?
No chance. I don't know you.
How might we get to know each other?
Trust needs to be earned, mate. You best go, now.
Okay.
Where are you?
A drunkard? No camp is complete without a drunkard stumbling about. Random blades. Some random crafting materials. And I just picked up all the words. I wasn't intending to do so. Oh, how about you?
Who do I spy if not the famed Geralt of Rivia?
You seem to know me, but I have no idea who you are.
And you're worse off for that, for I can make you even more famous.
You write ballads or something?
I've no notion of songs, but the king's vested me with the task of organizing nightly tourneys. A swordmaster like you must be eager to show off his skills.
Ah. Heard there's a contract.
I'm interested in the Rotfiend contract. Know anything about it?
The scum has so far destroyed 2 convoys of army provisions. Before we arrived, they'd only attacked the local cattle. Since the mist appeared, they've grown bolder and started hunting our patrols. The lads from the company have collected a kitty. Sort it all out and the coin is yours.
Yeah,
I'm done with
it
this.
seems like there's going to be a lot of talking.
Bloody comet.
Have to collect
No
information
service
before
under
heading out.
Hansel.
See anybody complaining? And we don't like busybodies.
Right then.
As long as they pay us.
What
What
the
do you
fuck,
want?
soldier? You might talk.
Normally I only talk to drunks.
Warden. They're in square coins.
Let me buy you a beer.
All right. What do you want to talk about?
Buy him a beer. Deathmold has summoned me, the Virgin of Aether. Virgin of
What do you know about the Virgin of Aetern?
No one's plowed her.
I'm serious.
They say she killed a dragon. Those Eternians have gone silly about it.
I heard the story about the dragon is true.
What of it? That don't mean she should be crowned queen.
True,
The
that
leader
people
of-
follow her.
Folks are fools and like
Peasant.
freaky things.
Saskia's a freak.
Maidenhood intact and hunting dragons. Ever heard of a stranger lass?
That's true. She's the leader of the, the peasant uprising.
A bit scared of going against the sea. The enemy
picture
have
of her.
fed you their propaganda.
What you guys?
What
Sitting
if
around
she's
smoking
truly
pipeweed.
anointed, Baird?
Not a bad
Don't
thing.
worry about it. The Witcher will take care of
Money.
everything.
More money. Ego. I just talked to Ego.
I've no bloody idea who you might be, but I hope you're a civilian.
I am a civilian. And Ego's not going to talk to me, so... Well, we'll just loot the place.
Audrin, where are you?
Dude, enough.
Audrin,
That looks like that leads out. This should have been the smithy. Yes.
Yeah?
You're the quartermaster's assistant?
Yeah.
Great. I want to see the best equipment you have. I've got the coin. The army stands to gain, not lose by me.
I should think so. So?
That man of few words. So, let's do a little bit of shopping. Then again, I am almost completely out of space. Is this mine or... This must be buying. Yes, these were expensive. These are not. So I can sell some things. I don't need... The bastard sword's garbage. The longsword's garbage. Definitely a scoop. Sword. A cleaver. That might be useful though. Heavy trousers. I might need to look at my stuff first. Do I have any? No, I don't have any more of those ridiculous bear traps anymore. But I might need to find a stash someplace around here to store off all my stuff. But I can sell all of the essentially junk that just is for money. Come on. There we are. Selling off all the junk, money.
So?
Yeah.
I'd like to...
I'll play.
What?
So?
Craft. Crawler. Oh, it's a trap. Dragon hide armor enforcement. Leather jacket. That might be useful. This had hardened leather. I'd have to buy that. I might be able to make it. Hunter's armor. Looks like the hunter's armor is better. I can make hunter's armor. Or the Karen, which requires much more hardened armor, plus the Karen skin, plus a whole bunch of robust cloth. I already have that, but it's not. Oh, the vitality though. It's 1 point less in armor, but it's got plus 30 vitality, and its resistances are, well, they're the same. Protection from damage from magic is a little bit higher, but I can make hunter's armor now. And I might be able to make the robust cloth. Can I buy any? You have 2. Brilliant. Hardened leather. Nope. You don't have any of that. Alright. Let's... There was a dwarf over here. Was a store.
What? Surprised to see a dwarf on human leash? Got a well-thought-out slur ready and waiting. Go on, surprise me.
You're a little tense.
Tense. That's a good one. I, odd-looking human, am a prime mercenary, a sapper. I'm not tense by definition.
A sapper?
Not that kind of sapper. I build field fortifications and war machines. I can fucking throw a boat bridge across a river in half a day. Digging ditches is relaxing, that's what I meant.
Got any spare parts from those war machines? The decommissioned ones, of course. I need some to make monster traps.
Sure.
Oh, brilliant.
Why wouldn't I? If I do.
Just in the middle of collecting information about trying to track down the source of the curse that we've been dealing with since last week. Been a lot of information to go through. But he should have pieces and parts. You do. You have... I love the fact that they put check marks. I don't have to buy it again. I already own it. I'm not a big fan of the traps. I don't use them often. But you... And Draka Gland extract. Ugh. But you might have other formula. You have some for bombs. Not necessary though. Yes, not necessary. But yes, just looking for information. Apparently it was an incredibly powerful curse that has been raising up undead throughout the entirety of this battlefield. Okay.
Leave me be, father!
Leave you be! Your life's at stake! Why, your mother would have my head if anything happens to you!
No! This is about my honor. And plough what Mother does to you, I'll practice. I must prepare.